You've probably noticed it. Sometimes the biggest battle of the day isn't fought with fists or swords. It's fought with words. A text message, a comment at work, a glance that feels like judgment. One harsh sentence can stick to you like yesterday's weather, unwanted, lingering, impossible to shake off quickly. And here's the part most people forget. No one can fill your heart with negativity unless you make room for it first. So what do you do when someone swings words at you? Insults, criticism, misunderstanding, bitterness, dressed up as honesty. You don't have to answer everything. You don't have to absorb everything. You can protect your peace by choosing what enters your mind in the first place. Let me tell you a story that makes this lesson feel real, almost like you can taste it. Long ago, beside a quiet river surrounded by green hills, there was a small school. The teacher who lived there was respected far beyond the valley. People traveled from distant villages just to sit near him and listen. But here's what made him unusual. He didn't rely on long, complicated lectures. He taught like someone who trusted everyday life. If a lesson could be learned from a simple moment, why turn it into a ceremony? One cool morning, the teacher walked out of the school with one of his youngest students. The air felt fresh against their skin. The sun was just rising, warming the edges of the hills. Farmers were preparing their fields. Children were laughing as they carried water from the river. Everything looked calm. Everything sounded normal. And yet, as they walked, the student kept glancing at his teacher, almost like he was trying to decode him. He admired the teacher deeply. He wondered how someone could stay peaceful when the world clearly didn't. "You seem so steady," the student almost asked with his eyes. But the teacher didn't need the question. He just walked, relaxed, letting the morning be the morning. When they reached the market, the world became louder. Stores opened. Voices overlapped. People haggled and traded news. The smell of fresh bread mixed with the earthy scent of the river. Then it happened fast. A frustrated traveler burst into the marketplace like a storm cloud with legs. He spotted the teacher immediately, as if he'd been looking for him all along. "So you're the famous wise man everyone talks about," he shouted. People slowed down, feet stopped, heads turned. Whispers started moving like small sparks between strangers. The traveler wasn't finished. "What wisdom," he continued, voice climbing higher. "You fool people with sweet words while pretending to know everything." He insulted the teacher directly, again and again. He questioned his knowledge. He mocked him in front of everyone. His anger didn't sound careful or measured. It sounded hungry, like he needed somewhere to dump it. The student clenched his fists. His face warmed. Heat rose in his chest like a rising tide. He could feel the urge to defend his teacher right now, loudly, in the same marketplace where disrespect had been thrown. But the teacher only smiled. He didn't glare. He didn't argue. He simply kept walking, as if the traveler's words were passing wind. The student watched, confused and irritated. At the same time, the traveler followed them for a while, still yelling, still trying to pull a reaction out of the teacher. He laughed loudly at the teacher's appearance. He pointed, he interrupted. He tried to embarrass him in front of strangers. Still, nothing. No raised voice, no sudden comeback, no storming off in humiliation. Eventually, the traveler grew tired. He kept expecting resistance, something to fight. But without it, his anger had nowhere to land. He shook his head, as if blaming the world for not cooperating, and walked away. Silence returned to the market, at least to the space where the teacher and the student had stood. Now the student couldn't hold the question in anymore. "Master," he said, voice tight with emotion, "why did you remain silent? He insulted you in front of everyone. He wanted to humiliate you. Why didn't you answer him?" The teacher didn't rush to explain. He simply kept walking. As they left the noise behind, the student stayed close, still replaying the traveler's words like stones in a pocket. "I'll answer your question after we return," the teacher said. Later that afternoon, They reached the school. The sky had shifted into a softer color. The air cooled a little. Inside, the teacher went into a storage room and returned carrying 2 clay pots. One pot held fresh, clean water. The other held muddy water. Thick, dark, collected after heavy rain. When the teacher set them down on the ground, the difference was obvious. The clean water looked clear enough to reflect the sky. The muddy water looked like it carried yesterday's storms inside it. The teacher handed the student a clean white cloth. "Please dip this cloth into the muddy pot," he said. The student obeyed. The cloth disappeared into the mud, and when he pulled it back out, it was instantly stained grayish and messy, like the cloth had caught the rain itself. The student stared at it, remembering how clean it had been only moments ago. Now, the teacher continued, "Wash it in the clean water." So the student dipped the stained cloth into the clean pot. He washed it carefully, rinsed it, worked at it with attention. When he lifted it out again, the cloth looked better, cleaner, brighter, but faint stains remained. Small smudges, light discoloration, evidence of what had entered. The teacher asked quietly, "What happened?" The student swallowed. He looked down at the cloth and spoke honestly. "The cloth absorbed whatever I placed it into." The teacher nodded, like the answer was exactly what he hoped the student would discover.
Exactly, he said. Our minds work the same way.
If you allow yourself to absorb another person's anger, hatred, or bitterness, he continued, your own peace becomes stained. He paused, letting the words land in the student's mind the way the mud had landed on the cloth. The traveler this morning was carrying frustration within himself, the teacher said. He tried to hand it to me, but I never accepted it. The student's expression changed. He wasn't just listening anymore, he was understanding. Then the teacher made it even clearer, with questions that felt like doors opening. If someone offers you dirty water, must you drink it? No, the student answered. If someone throws dust into the air, must you breathe it deeply? No. So why accept words filled with anger? The teacher asked. The student lowered his head. The lesson wasn't about pretending words don't hurt. It wasn't about becoming a robot. It was about recognizing what's happening underneath the words. People often speak from the pain they carry. A jealous person spreads jealousy. An angry person spreads anger. A fearful person spreads fear. And their words, no matter how confident they sound, often reveal their heart more than they reveal your worth. That silence wasn't weakness. It was choice. The student finally understood something important. It wasn't your silence that made you strong. It was your choice, the teacher finished gently. So, as time passed, the young student grew into a respected teacher himself, and he didn't forget the 2 clay pots. Whenever someone criticized him unfairly or tried to shake him with insults, he would pause before reacting. He would bring the moment back into focus, the way he had brought the cloth back into the clean water. He would ask himself, is this clean water or muddy water? If the words contained truth, if there was something helpful hiding underneath the delivery, he accepted the lesson with gratitude. He treated it like clean water. He could drink it without poisoning his peace. But if the words were only anger, only hatred, only the traveler's kind of frustration, then he didn't argue with the mud. He didn't drink it just to prove a point. He let it pass. Over time, people admired not only his wisdom, but also his calmness. They could see the difference. He wasn't calm because the world never hurt him. He was calm because he refused to let other people's bitterness become his bloodstream. Now let's bring this home to your real life. You live in a world filled with opinions. Some people cheer you on. Some people celebrate you. Some people even give helpful feedback. But other people criticize you loudly. Some misunderstand you. Some feel threatened by your success. Some lash out because they're hurting inside. And when negativity comes at you, there's a moment small, quick, almost invisible, where you decide what to do with it. If you react automatically to every negative word, you hand over control of your happiness to strangers. You become like a cloth, that keeps dipping into muddy water, even when you already know better. Instead, practice the pause. Not a dramatic pause, not a silent performance, just a genuine moment of awareness. Ask yourself, does this deserve space in my mind? If the answer is no, don't force yourself to carry it. Let it go, because peace isn't found by changing everyone around you. You can't control what people say. You can't stop criticism from existing. You can't prevent misunderstanding. You can't prevent people from being difficult. But you can decide whether those things become part of you. That's the core of the lesson. Real strength doesn't always look like a loud response. Sometimes it looks like protecting what's yours. There's one more image the teacher used with a later student, a metaphor that feels gentle, but also serious. He said, guard your mind the way a gardener protects flowers from weeds. A gardener doesn't wait until weeds take over completely. They don't pretend the weeds aren't there. They check the soil, they remove what doesn't belong, they protect what they've planted, and not every seed deserves to grow inside you. So when you hear harsh words, you don't have to treat them like truth, just because they were spoken loudly. You don't have to store them just because someone expected you to react. Let the mud stay in the pot. Take a breath, choose what you'll absorb, choose what you'll keep. So the next time someone criticizes you unfairly, insults you, or tries to provoke you, remember those 2 clay pots, or remember the cloth. Remember the difference between clean water and muddy water. And remember this, peace isn't something others can steal from you. Peace is something you protect. Sometimes the strongest answer is not arguing. Sometimes the strongest answer is protecting your peace and quietly moving forward. You don't have to swallow their bitterness. You don't have to carry their anger. You don't have to let their words stain your day. You get to decide what enters your mind. And when you do, your peace doesn't just survive the day, it becomes stronger than the noise.